guys, we're here doing a stash ad. So, in doing a stash ad, I'll bet you're wondering why you're looking at stuff that you've already seen before. I've already shown the Atlantis 82 Z28 Camaro on the channel, so it's not a new stash ad. And also the Camaro 1980. What year was this one? This is an 88. I think that's an 88 Camaro promo from AMT. So why are we looking at the two third-gen Camaros? Because they lead right into our new stash ads. I've told the story before on how Mrs. onixfieros saw her dream car years and years ago when she was a teenager, and she loved it. She didn't know what it was up until recently. By showing her pictures of different cars, she realized that it was a third generation Z28. Now, she said it was blue. She said it had light color trimming on the bottom. It was low and sleek. So, of course, I'm like, all right, so it's a Z28. So the first thing I went is on eBay, and I found this promo. Now, this is an 88 Z28, but she said, no, that's not the car. It's different, it's different, it's different. I'm like, how could it be different? It's a Z28. They all pretty much look the same. And she said, nope, that's not the car. So I'm like, okay. So I'm going to go and keep looking. So then we found the Atlantis model. I'm like, well, it's blue. It's got light colored trim on the bottom. This has got to be the car. So I picked this one up, 82 Z28. I brought it home to her, and she says, that's not the car. And I said, it's a Camaro. It's a Z28, just like the other one. The bodies are almost identical except for a few details. She goes, that's not the car. It's not the car. She's adamant that's not the car. So I'm like, okay, we're going to keep looking. So last weekend, we were in Hobby Lobby, and I'm looking through the model section, as I always do, because, I mean, hey, why else would I be in there? And lo and behold, I saw the latest stash ad, or one of them, the 1985 Camaro Z28. There was only one left on the shelf. I grabbed it. Mrs. onixfieros and Maddox, the model pup, was with me, and showed her this box. She goes, that's my car. I go, that's your car? She goes, that's my car. Yeah. So this is the car that I will be building for Mrs. onixfieros to give her her dream car, because she is adamant that this is the car that she saw all those years ago and that she fell in love with. So this stash ad is going out to her because finally I found it. Now let's go on with the rest of our stash ad now that that saga is over. Been looking at this one for quite a while, every time I go into Hobby Lobby, and decided I'm finally going to pick it up. Of course, 40% off sale, so I had to jump right on it. Looks like a pretty cool build. I'm going to be building the stock factory version, not this hopped up version, because I just think that American sedans from the 60s are just very good looking cars. They were just handsome, you know, well-styled vehicles. They were like button-down suits. The way the bodies were just crisply designed, and I just kind of like that. So I will be building it as a stock vehicle. Here we have a look at the tree on the back. A lot of stuff in there. This is a really interesting looking kit, little 442 Cutlass. And of course I have to do an Oldsmobile at some point, as my daily driver is an old Oldsmobile Intrigue, which has never let me down. So gotta represent for olds. So we'll be doing that cutlass on the channel pretty soon. Now today, I went to Michael's. And so didn't go to Michael's for the models, because usually they don't have much of a selection. But I went in there today and I figured looking for something else, and then I thought, let me take a look at the model section. And I'm glad I did, because I found this. This looks really, really cool. It's a 1956 Chevrolet Del Rey. I didn't want to just do another 50 Chevy, the name escapes me, which I don't know why, because it's only the most famous 1950s Chevy ever. And I saw this, and I saw the custom option on this one, which looks really, really cool. If you look at the side of the box here, that looks really cool, and I think I want to build that. I really like the way that looks. It's in those colors, exactly the way it's depicted on the box, which is something I hardly ever do, but I really like the look of that. But I also like the stock look also. I mean, that blue and white is really pretty. Although red and white would look good on that too. So don't know what color I'm going to do, but this is our stash ad for this week. These 3 cars, and we will finally be able to build Mrs. Onyx Model's dream car. I mean, hey, it was the 80s. You know, what else are you gonna dream about in the 80s other than a Camaro? So we got these 3 going into the stash, and will be built at some point after we're done with about 100 others that we have to do. So let me show you what else I got in for this week. Hey guys, this is the other half of the stash ad for this week. I put in a big order for all these all-clad paints. I'm looking forward to doing some really fancy paint jobs soon, and hopefully they'll work out. I got the all-clad hot metal blue for doing exhaust work and painting some heat staining. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work out, because usually I use the Tamiya clear blue for that, or the Tamiya weathering powders. They also have a hot metal blue. We have bright silver candy base. This is important because that will be using the candy bottle green, candy violet, candy electric blue over this base, as we're going to be doing some really fancy paint jobs on some of these cars. And hopefully they'll work out and I won't totally destroy them. We'll have pale gold, gunmetal, and airframe aluminum for our metallics to wrap up the batch. This is going to be really cool. I can't wait to jump on there and start playing with these paints. This is going to be really fun. Alright guys, that's it for all the ads to the stash and to the shop this week. I guess I will see you on the next one.